Casper right now is making major pushes to the upside. Now, what is my price prediction for Casper in 2023? Stay tuned as I'm going to give you this price prediction in this video. I'm expecting Casper to make massive pushes to the upside, and we'll see and make some projections on some potential price movements to the upside. Make sure to smash the like button, smash the subscribe button, and make sure to tap the notification bell to stay up to date with all of my latest YouTube videos. Before I get started in the video, make sure to check out my trading masterclass that's currently 50% off in this video description. I teach you everything that you need to know to become a consistently long-term profitable trader in the markets. The first thing that I want to do and point out in Casper right now is actually coming over to CoinMarketCap and clicking on all, and you can actually see that Casper, we only have basically price data that goes back to 2022, and that's very similar back here. You can see I only have price data that goes back to October of 2022. But if you do a small amount of research on Casper, you actually find that it did release back in 2021, but unfortunately I just don't have that price data currently with me right here. The absolute first thing that I like to do when looking at a coin is scrolling out to see as much as the price data that I can actually see. And like I said, because I only have up to 2022 and I'm on the weekly time frame, we don't have a massive amount of data to go off. But because we do have at least a decent amount of data, let's actually make a decent prediction right through here. All we can say right through this area is we're making highs, we're making higher lows. We're then making highs, we're then making higher lows. We're now making higher highs in this region. So that's extremely strong. If we look at the overall long-term exponential moving average on this weekly time frame, like I just spoke about, then you will see that we have a positive slope on this exponential moving average, meaning that I'm only allowed to look for long positions in the market, which is exactly the type of positions that I want to be looking for in this market. The one thing that I will say is the last few weeks, basically the last 3 to 4 months, Casper has been making massive pushes to the upside. Already up basically in the last 63 days, so basically just over 2 months, we're up over 300%. We basically made a bottom here in this May of 2023, and now we're already up 300%. So obviously showing that there's a lot of potential in Casper. Basically, we made this real strong push to the upside. We then came back, use this 20 exponential moving average as a support zone, then making really strong pushes to the upside. It also basically used this support to resistance flip, where initially we had resistance in this level, we then again had some resistance in this level, it then flipped to a support level, made a big push to the upside, and you can see we just retested it one more time to confirm basically that perfect retest level. So overall, we can be looking for longs in the market. The one thing that I just did want to point out is overall Casper is already up 300%. So if we are going to look to buy at this current point, it is just slightly late, but it doesn't mean that it is too late. It's absolutely too late. When we have these big pushes to the upside, it just increases our probability of more upside continuation, because you can see that we've got a really strong trend actually forming in this region. And really what we'd be looking for is, if we did have a bit of a decline, we'd then look to actually buy on any exponential moving average retest. Say we get an exponential moving average and we get a small decline into this area, that's where I'd then look to be picking up some Casper. Obviously not financial advice, this is just for entertainment purposes, but that is the type of strategy that I'm looking for. We overall have the long-term trend pointing to the upside. Now, buying up here would be great, but the best thing would be for price to potentially decline, look to actually buy at the average price in this region. You can see if we were to do something like that at this current price point, you're basically saving 35% in your position. That basically means you can buy 35% more Casper when it comes down to those lows. So what actually is Casper? Casper is a proof of work cryptocurrency that implements the GhostTag protocol. Unlike traditional blockchains, this does not orphan blocks created in parallel, rather allows them to coexist and orders them in consensus. The Casper blockchain is actually block tagged. This generation of Nakamoto consensus allows for secure operation while maintaining very high block rates and minuscule confirmation times dominated by internet latency. So who are the actual founders? We've got people from R&D companies, DAG Labs, and we've had investment from Polychain. We've got some people who initially went to Harvard University, which is very, very strong. And we've got a lot of doctoral students all through here. Now, what actually makes Casper unique? Because as much as all of this stuff that we just said, some of this can be a little bit confusing. What actually makes it unique? Casper is unique in its ability to support high block rates while maintaining the level of security offered by proof of work environments. Casper's current mainnet operations at 1 block per second. Down the road, core developers basically want to increase this to 10 to 100 blocks per second. Casper also includes a unique monetary policy which decreases emissions geometrically over time based on the 12-note scale of music. That's very, very interesting. The block will be halved once per year, but smoothly every month the block reward is reduced by a factor of 1/12 of that. So that makes a lot of sense. So even talk about as of 2022 June, we have 8.5 billion Casper in circulation. But I do see right now, if you actually come and have a look at the total supply right now, there's actually 20 billion Casper. You can see billion, 100 million, 100,000. Yep. This is actually 20 billion. So even based on, we had 8.5 billion in circulation in June of 2022. We've already got 20 billion. We've over doubled. We've nearly gone up 120% of Casper basically in just over a year. So that is a little bit concerning. Actually, you can see the total supply basically is causing inflation on Casper right now, but you can see this overall inflation isn't having a major effect because we are already up 300%. But again, it is just a little bit concerning that we need to look at that. Overall fully diluted market cap is $1.4 billion. So since Casper is actually reaching unknown prices right now, Casper has never been this high. It is a little bit harder to make those predictions for price. But when we do have these scenarios, I have one tool that I absolutely love. It's called the Trend-Based Fibonacci Extension Tool. Now what we actually do is we go to this absolute low right in this region. We then bring it up to this 2023 high that we had back here, and then we drag it to this low that we had in this 2023 region. Now you can see we actually get price populating. You can see that this right here is 100%, just slightly higher than our current price. Now what that's actually saying is 100% from here to here, prices from this high, from this low, this is a 100% projection from this low to then this high is a 100% of this is basically the same as that. And that's basically what it's saying in this region. The next thing that we have is a major confluence market zone is actually the 1618 to 175 level in the trend-based Fibonacci extension tool. The reason that this is a major confluence zone is it's actually known as the golden zone, this 1618 to 175 level. The next levels we also have is the 2618, we have the 3618, and the 423 levels in the market. So actually, if we actually have a look from our current price point, really we want to be having a look at from this low all the way up into this 1618 level. You can see that's about 550% gain potential, even up to this 2618, around an 850% gain, 3618, 1200% gain, and this 423 level, which is slightly less common. Usually price goes between, if we were to punch above this 1618 level, it usually goes between this 2618 to 3618. You can also see this final number closing at 1400 total percent. So these would be my total price targets. One of the major price targets for me right here would be this 1618 level. You will see, because price will reach up into this region, you will see that overall we will at least have a small amount of rejection in this area. Reason being is since price has never traveled in all of this region through here, we've never had price, it's a little bit hard to just make that unknown projection into the future. But this is actually using mathematical equations to actually base, using these ratios to base itself and saying these are some Fibonacci trend-based extension levels in the market where we have potential. Like I said, the usual extension zones, if we were to break above this 1618 level, is between this 2618 and 3618. Price will usually come into this level somewhere between and then have that rejection to the downside. So a lot of potential on Casper. It's definitely doing a lot of big things. There's a lot of potential for upgrades down the future, like we just spoke about and like we just read. So Casper overall making big trends to the upside. The overall exponential moving average is pointing to the upside. So everything right now is saying we can look for longs to the upside, but the best time to be looking for those longs is really if we were to get that pullback into that value zone. So make sure to check out my trading masterclass, currently 50% off. Smash the like button, smash the subscribe button. Make sure to tap that notification bell to stay tuned with all my latest YouTube videos. And if you'd like to continue watching my YouTube videos, click the one that's on your screen right now.